Hello and welcome everyone to today's Vision 6 Power Session. Expand your reach by sharing on social media. My name's Andy, the product trainer here in Brisbane. I'll be taking you through today's Power Session. So how does this particular function within Vision 6 work? And we're going to jump into it shortly and actually set one up and see how it's all configured. But essentially what it allows you to do is post on social media at the same time one of your emails is sent from within the platform. And it then supports sharing to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. It can be delayed as well, so you could delay that for 10 minutes, half an hour, a couple of hours, etc. after the email is sent if you do want to have a delay on that. And there's reporting metrics available as well, which we'll show you after we set one up. And that will sort of illustrate the different types of reporting data that you have available to you when you set up one of these. So why would you want to use a particular function? Well, it allows you to expand the reach of your email communications. So rather than just send your email, and it could be a newsletter, an company update, email that talks about new products and that type of things, rather than just send it to a specific group of contacts within your list, you can also share that with your wider social media audience so that more people can take advantage of the sale that you might have running or find out about your latest offering, read your newsletter, and so on and so forth. Also will then help you increase your campaign return on investment because you've got more people looking at the content, and of course can help you grow subscriber numbers. For example, if you're promoting an email out on social media, it might be about a new service or product or even a sale that you've got on at the moment. You may have people on your social media networks who aren't part of your list yet. They might see the content, like what you've got, and then join your list, thus allowing you to grow your subscriber numbers. And reduces workload as well because you've got less things that you need to update. You just configure it once in Vision 6, and then when that email gets sent, it populates the social media post at the same time. So you don't have to go into all the separate social media networks and post it there as well. So let's jump into Vision 6 now and have a look, and we'll set up one similar to this to see what it looks like and how to set one up. So I've just got Vision 6 open here on another tab on my screen. And as I mentioned during the introduction there, it's tied to messages. So essentially when you send an email message, you can have a social media post go out about that message at the same time. So I'm going to double click or edit my first little newsletter that I've got here. And that's the one that we'll be using. So as you can see, just sort of a fairly standard newsletter with some different articles and links out to our online store, that type of thing. And we've got this little social tab along the top here. So I'll just click onto that. And this is where we type what we would like to post onto these various social media networks at the time this email goes out. So for Twitter, for example, we might go latest e-news out now, 20% off sale or something like that, whatever it might be. And then it's generally advised to press this button as well, because what that will do, it will actually include a public link to that email message. So anyone who sees this post on social media can click on that and then open in a new tab in their browser. It'll open up that email message so they can read it. So that's sort of how you get people to read your message and expand those that see your email. You can, of course, copy and paste this into the other boxes as well if you want to. I won't do LinkedIn. I'll just do Twitter and Facebook for now. You could make this different. You could say 20% off sale exclusive to Facebook readers, even though it's not really technically the case. Yeah, so you can put any information in there. And as long as this sort of code is here somewhere within your email, it doesn't need to be at the end. As long as that's in there, what Vision 6 does is it will replace that with a link to your email so people can click on it and read the email. So just different boxes there for Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. A little bit further down, we do have some additional options for Facebook though. What Facebook will tend to do is it will scan your email. When this social post goes out, it'll scan your email and find the first image, and it will use that and put that as the picture for your post in people's feeds. However, that may not be the picture you want to use, because often the first thing in your email is the logo along the top, or at least in my case, that's what it was. And that logo is okay, but it'll be the same every time you do a post then, which might be a little bit boring and your feed might look a bit, same. So what we can actually do with Facebook, we've got the option here to override that and select our own image that we would like to use with this post on social. So I'm going to press here on select image. And this opens up the usual files and images gallery that we have in Vision 6. So you can use a stock photo if you want to, but I'm just down here in my product images folder. So if you're sort of a bit new to this area, you just press upload and you can upload a photo from your computer to put it into this gallery here. Or of course, you can use our free stock photo integration and use one of 2 or 3 million images that come as part of that. But I'm going to use this little sort of lemon tart photo that we have here and insert that. And that will be the post or the picture that I'll use with my Facebook post. We can then do an optional title as well. We might go October e-news specials out now, and a description. And the description can be a bit longer. So, generally these ones are limited, as you can see here, to a certain number of characters, but the description can be a bit longer as well. Great deals on our baked goods. And we can sort of put other information there. We don't need to include a link to the message because that's covered up here. This will post as well. So this is sort of the bare minimum. If you want to do Facebook, you'll need something in here, generally with a link to your message. But if you want to customize it a bit more by having a title and a description and a photo as well, you would fill out these other 3 bits here as well. Once that's all good to go, that we then save that. And this is done on a per message basis. So when this newsletter here gets sent, it will then post onto Twitter and Facebook in a few moments when we set that up. There's one more step we need to do as well. So if I now go and make another new email message, I would need to configure this again for that message. However, if I copy this message, so say this is the October newsletter and I've sent it all out, it's all good to go. Next month, I copy it and go to the November newsletter. This stuff will copy across, so you don't really have to fill it out again. You might want to tweak some of the wording though. So let's say we are now good to send this email. So we'll go to the send screen. And this is where you see all the usual bits and pieces here. You choose your contacts, who's getting the message. You've got your subject, all that kind of usual stuff in there. But you'll see as long as you type something into one of those social boxes, which we've done, a new panel appears here at the bottom called Social Update, which we can flick on. And here what you can do is you have to once, for the first time, connect Facebook and Twitter and any other ones that you do. If you've just typed something into the Facebook box, then Facebook's the only thing that will appear in the panel. But because I did Facebook and Twitter, I've got 2 sections in the panel. So you just need to connect it once. That will open up a screen where you authorize, you log into your Facebook account and give Vision 6 access to post on your behalf for this email send. And you only need to do that once. It stays connected after that. And if you, the next option here as well is to choose when to post. So if it's immediately, then this will be posted the same time the email goes out. If your email is scheduled for say 5 o'clock this afternoon, then immediately refers to in line with that schedule. So it'll be immediately, but 5 o'clock because it's scheduled. But you can also delay it. So you can make it 30 minutes after that time or an hour. I think it even goes up to a couple of days. So you can actually delay that social media post if you want to as well. And when you connect your Facebook account, if your account manages multiple Facebook pages, you can choose which page to post on in this drop down. All your pages will appear here that you've got authorized access to. So say you've got 4 businesses you look after or 4 pages you manage on Facebook under that account, you can choose the right account in this drop down. Same with Twitter, you connect it once and authorize it, and then this can be, you might delay this by an hour, and this one you might do by 15 minutes or something. So completely optional, however you want to configure that. And you only need to connect that once, and then from then on, you won't have to do that again. So it's a great little function there. So now when I review and send, Vision 6 will do its usual thing and send out the email to the people I've set up here, but it will also post on social media, either immediately or with a delay if you've configured it to do so, as shown through there. So that's how to actually do the post on social media. And just in case you were wondering, this is a screenshot of a Facebook post that I did. So this is that picture that I set on that social tab there where I could choose my own picture. It pops it in there. The text at the top of the screen here in Facebook comes from the top of the Vision 6 social area. So that is here. So this text at the top goes there at the top. And then further down, you've got sale now on, and then looking for tasty treats. That's down here. Sale now on, looking for tasty treats. So that's where all the different parts come from to build up this social media post, which I've screenshotted from Facebook. Now, there is a reporting element to that as well. So what you would then do in Vision 6 is you go into the actual reports function here, and then you find the email send once it's gone out. I'll just choose a send that has much more data in it. So I'll just go into my reports and then double click on the email sent. Generally, it'll be the first one because it's sorted by a date sent or time sent. Now, if you come to the bottom of this section here, I don't have any data on mine, but this is the section we're looking at here. So what you'll see is in the social updates section here, it will show you how many clicks your post received through Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn, or in my case, I only configured Facebook and Twitter. So if anyone does click on that link to read your email from the social post, you'll see the data reflected on the report here at the bottom. So it sort of gives you that full circle. It allows you to save some time, expand your ROI and get more get more eyes on that message through posting on social. And then you've got the reporting side of things down here, which will also show you how much activity that's generated, click-throughs and that type of thing from the bottom here. Excellent. So that's how to create and post a social media update. If you'd like to know more, we have a link here at the top of the screen here to an article which walks you through this. I've actually got that open here in another tab from our support center. And this walks you through exactly the same things. That shows you how to set it up, including the Facebook picture, and then shows you that you can configure it. So there's a little page. If you manage multiple Facebook pages, this is what the drop-down looks like, where you can choose which company to post this under. And there's, again, a similar example that I showed you. This is what it would look like on Facebook, as well as the reporting data filled in here. So that support article is available at that link there, or just go to our Vision 6 Support Center and type in post on social media and you'll get the same thing. Thanks very much for joining today's Vision 6 Power Session. Hope you enjoyed it. My name's Andy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks again.